Ladies and gentlemen and lobsters and human beings, what are you fucking doing here? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coffee and Memes. We're here every weekday morning. Who are we? What do we stand for? We know we're decent, honest, God-fearing folk out for a better way of life. But what are our policies? You know, what do we stand for? We stand for the rights and liberties of individual lobsters, the rights of of the individual to get as much heat into their padgage as they so wish, so long as the heat in the padgage does not exceed a level that would potentially endanger those in or around the padgage. And we are calling for the complete dismantling of the Metro newspaper. But apart from that, you know, we're just a bunch of easygoing peeps, aren't we? Just easygoing folk, honest, God-fearing folk out for a better quality of espresso bean. You know, I do fear that so many times the beans are just not what they're cracked up to be. You know, you go to your local bean merchant and you say, give me some of those frisky beans. You know, the ones that pep you up. Sometimes the beans are not all cracked up to be. Hey, apparently they're opening up some drug testing centre somewhere. Heard that on the internet. You know, the internet. There's going to be a permanent bricks and mortar drug testing centre where if you done bought a few dingers and that like, and you think, I wonder if these dingers are any good before I neck a few of them. Maybe I'll go and test them out, see, make sure they're not full of, I don't know, rat poison or something. Has there ever been any actual rock-solid reports of rat poison in dingers, or is that just a myth? Anyway, there's been some narky stuff in them, and no mistake, and it's always very smart to, if you have the opportunity to get them tested. I, for one, think it's a great idea. I mean, I personally think we should be decriminalising or legalising all drugs. I think that's probably the way forward. But that's a story for another time. Ladies and gentlemen, we out here. 4 minutes past 10, 28th of February, the last day of February. Get all your February business done today. Otherwise, I'll tell you there's going to be serious words tomorrow morning, because if you haven't finished your February business and then it's March, you're in for the chop, basically. I don't want to have to. I don't want to issue layoffs, but I will do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra lobsters. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Sluggy. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
The C, the O, the F, the E, the E, the M, the E, the M, the E, the S, the C, the O, the F, the E, the E, the lobsters.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes on Threshold.fm. My name's Will. I'm here to help, like I mentioned yesterday, and like I've mentioned many, many times before. I will be your private dancer. I will be anything you want me to be tonight. Call me whatever you want. Call me Mary. Call me Big Willie. Call me Snoop Doggy Dog. It's up to you. Honestly, I'm not kink shaming. I'm not judging. I'm just here to try and facilitate everyone having a good time. Okay, you know, I'm a liberal guy. You know, I think as long as it makes you happy, you know what I mean. As long as it makes you happy, you're not hurting anyone. Yeah, anyway, right? Jesus Christ, there are some good tunes in the down the pipe today. New Andy C, that's been doing the rounds. New Neon Light, new Molecular, new HLZ, new Proxima. Yikes, that's a nice bit actually. There's a few other bits from I haven't got into that faction with a pH and velocity. I mean, so what day is it today? Thursday. Christ. Okay, well, we're running out of time. I mean, shoe thrower of the week. What we're thinking is probably Mandy Dexterous, isn't it? I'm not going to lie to you, but there's a couple of choice bits today that could come in to usurp the Mandy Techno. Mandy Dexter, sorry. Pablo Escobar's ghost spotted during demolition of drug lord's Colombian mansion. That's probably fine and factually accurate. Doctors remove leech from throat of man who coughed up blood for 2 months. It's a funny time to be alive, isn't it? UK company looking for first professional spliff roller. I think that's in Brighton. Oh, it is in Brighton. The Hemp Earth Dispensary in Brighton sent out a plea for Britain's first professional spliff roller. Legitimate one. Well, we're going to have to get into this because, as far as I'm aware, they've not legalised it for normal sale. Vegan reveals he ejaculated for first time in months after giving up diet. We can get into that. Man accused of dipping testicles into salsa. Probably fine. An oldie but a goodie. DJ in trouble after playing Peppa Pig. Playing the Peppa Pig theme tune as police walked in. This was a long time ago. I've only just spotted the date on this. Jen Mills of the Metro reports. This was in 2015. I wonder what the follow-up was, or whether or not there's any sort of update on this. Could be, yeah. Look, more ISIS people wanting to come home. It's a fun time to be alive, isn't it? Guy served his friends tacos made from his own amputated leg. Funny part of this story is that they knew that's what it was. They were all along for the ride. But turned out they weren't that keen on it in the end. The quote underneath is, "One friend had to spit me into a napkin." Sounds like a nosh at a house party. Oh, Lord of mercy. Could male sex robots replace men for good? Men are cancelled, so I guess they're going to have to, aren't they? Please don't flush Yorkshire puddings down the toilet. This seems like the sort of one which I'm just going to threaten at the beginning of every show but never actually get into, because I can't really imagine there's too much meat in that article. It's I think the headline is probably enough. Meet the man who gets off on being carried by women who wear big watches. Again, not kink shaming, just letting people know, because one of the things with your kinks, with your fetishes and that sort of thing is you might not know that you've got one until someone mentions it. You might, what, actually, I've never really considered the idea of being carried by women wearing big watches, but now that I think about it, I've got a massive boner. I'm gonna do this. Wow, maybe I found my kink. This is incredible. Wow. And then you're all happy and fulfilled, and you're just being carried around day by day by probably quite grumpy women who presumably you're paying them to carry you. It's a rough job. I mean, I'm a big boy. But you pay them expensive watches, and you will live happily ever after in your libertarian utopia. What else have we got? Oh, there's all manner of stuff. Switching to flat wine bottles could reduce the carbon emissions. If ever there was a more middle-class way to pretend to try and help the environment, I can't think of one. Yeah. We're almost 10 minutes in and we haven't played any decent shoe throws yet, so I'm just going to start off with this Proxima one because it's fucking rowdy. It's called Jumpy. Yeah, this is Jumpy by Proxima. This is a naughty bit of gear. Proxima's been doing work this last few months. That Wubba Lubba bit was choice. Yeah. It's Jumpy by Proxima. It's a nice bit of gear. I'm giving it the thumbs up. Nice one, mate. Meet the man who gets off on being carried by women who wear big watches. Let's just get straight into it. It's obviously from the Metro, of course. This is Kinky Characters, a new series that explores unusual fetishes and the people who like them. Great. I think this is likely to be a regular segment on the show. I can only imagine. More uncommon kinks have long been considered taboo. But the rise of the internet, social media, and smartphone apps have provided a platform for people to talk about their sexual preferences in a safe space without judgment. That's it. No judgment. Don't worry about it. This is a safe space. Coffee and Memes is a safe space where you can share all of your kinks in the chat. That's it. Just get in the YouTube chat, get on the Discord, and share your kinks. But if you do cross the line, you will be banned. It's also helped them find like-minded people or partners to play with. Research has been done in this area and interestingly reveals that some fetishes, such as BDSM, role-playing, and swinging, are becoming more mainstream. But there is still a wide variety that remains unspoken or less spoken of. Apologies for 1 second. Yes. John has two such fetishes. The civil servant from Croydon. Oh, well, you know civil servants from Croydon. I've got some weird shit on the go. God, if you had to do something as dry as being a civil servant in Croydon, you're gonna have to supplement with some fucking weird shit. God bless him. Civil servant from Croydon loves it when women lift and carry him, and he also has a strong fondness for a woman wearing a big watch. Combine the two, it's a guaranteed ball buster. A quick search online reveals a few results for this particular kink, and there are no groups for it on one of the UK's most popular fetish site, where you can find other such interesting sexual flavours, including cuckolding, cuddle sluts, and ass worshipping. What the fuck are cuddle sluts? Can't. This is oh no, I'm going to go down a Google rabbit hole now for everyone. Okay, cuddle sluts. This is fucking the Metro. Whenever you copy and paste anything, it posts this gigantic Metro link into the back of it. I'm just going to write it. Cuddle sluts. And I'm not even going to get incognito browser out. Urban Dictionary, cuddle sluts. Zero gravity cuddle sluts. Oh, man, come on. They've already taken it to the extreme. What, cuddle sluts from outer space? Nazi cuddle sluts. What have we got? Cuddle slut, someone who will cuddle with complete strangers all night long. A complete whore for cuddles, but sex hardly happens. If at all, because it's not as important. Cuddle slut, someone who likes to cuddle excessively. So, all right, okay, so I guess we can see where that's going. You know, you're someone who just likes to cuddle, but not actually do the sex. And they've stuck the word slut on the end of it to make it a kink. All right. Fine, okay. It's up to you guys. You know, it's just one of the benefits of living in a free liberal democracy. Porn sites provide a wider insight. Pornhub, for instance, features a video of a skinny woman carrying a muscular man, which has over 4,800 views. I don't know if anyone's been on the website Pornhub, but that is a pretty low amount of views. So clearly, John isn't the only one enjoying the concept. The watch fetish seems to be a bit more common, with a dedicated site known as Watch Girls Forum, or the WGF, available to watch lovers to discuss the timepieces. Many of the conversations on WGF revolve around fears of judgment for having the fetish, while others focus on specific brands or fantasies. To date, John has been carried 60 times and has counted over 16,000 watches on women. Okay, so he's keeping a log of what women he sees wearing watches, counts them. How many he's seen today, John? 15 today. Good, that's fine. Honestly, it's fine, mate. I may sound like I'm approaching this in a mocking tone. It may sound like that, but believe you me, I want all kinks that don't cause pain to those that don't want it to be. Absolutely fine. What are your kinks? My fetishes are not so much sexual, but more to do with women having authority over me. I have 2, being carried by women and women wearing big watches. How do the women wearing big watches have authority over you? Because they really, really know what time it is. And if you don't have a watch, you don't know. So presumably the one who really knows what time it is has more authority. I don't know. Maybe. I first began to feel an attraction towards being carried in 1978, when I was 11 years old. I asked 3 girls in school if they would lift me. One grabbed my legs, the other 2 grabbed an arm each, and lifted me about 6 inches off the floor. I realised I wanted others to take the lead, to show their strength and highlight my weakness. Brilliant. Yeah, good. I'm thinking more that, as Sam said in the chat yesterday, coffee and memes just sort of is becoming a modern-day Eurotrash. And I feel like I might sort of start looking to actively take it more in that direction. Mate, if I could get a couple of researchers in to find the weirder, more wonderful aspects of the world. It's stuff like this. What's his name? Has he got a name? Has he? John? Yeah, that's probably not his real name. People like John, who've got these little nuggets of weirdness that they enjoy. They make the world a brighter and richer place. And like I say, as long as he's not like, I don't know, just asking women on the tube to lift him up. Like, excuse me, I like your watch. Oh, yeah, thanks, Apple Watch. Tracks your steps. No. Couldn't pick us up, could you? Sorry, what? Couldn't lift me off the ground. Oh, please, would you lift me? I don't know why he sounds like John Ronson. Oh, go on, lift us. Oh, would you please pick us up? Okay, no, I'm going now. This isn't even my stop. I'm leaving. As long as he's not carrying on like that. Maybe, everyone's looking for a side hustle these days. That seems like a relatively easy one. You can probably keep your clothes on, couldn't it? As long as you've got your bare forearms to expose your watch. Maybe more than one watch. Don't know. Could be. Then just make a pound note by just picking up geezers. Well, there was that whole, I think there was a Louis Theroux thing with bodybuilding, and it covered some of the bodybuilding girls that get paid for the whole muscle worship routine, where a lot of sort of very skinny dudes pay them money to get, lifted up and, squeeze the muscles, all that sort of thing. Got to have a side hustle, It's the multi-hyphened approach to work, to freelance. If you're going to be a freelance hustler, you got to expand your portfolio, haven't you? And some days you're selling toenails, other days you're lifting up geezers, some days you're a barista. You got to get the bills paid. You've got to try and earn your London living wage. And, no one asked for this late-stage capitalism, all right? But we've just got to make the best of it, okay? All right, good. Let's talk about being carried. What's it like? What is it that you like about it? I love the fact that I'm a grown man, but that a woman can lift me and carry me. It's this feeling of being transported somewhere without doing anything, of being helpless. All right, I see this. You're just lazy. I just like not having to do anything and have women just do it all for me. All right, so this has got some sort of sexist undertones in a way, isn't it? I also like seeing women walk around while I'm being carried by others. Okay, to me, it shows that they are strong enough to walk, but I need to be carried. Okay, all right. It really is a roller coaster of kink, I guess. It's about conceding authority, and it manifests itself in other ways too. Like when I'm on the bus or in a car or a taxi driven by a woman, when a female shop assistant holds my keys to swipe my reward card, which is attached to it, or seeing a woman lean on or touch my car. I was sort of on John's side for a bit. Now I've really gone off him. I'm usually dressed when being carried. The whole experience gives me butterflies, as well as a feeling of regret and calm afterwards, and excitement when thinking back to it. Sometimes I revisit places where I've been lifted, and I still remember everyone. Lighthouse Family, Lifted begins to play. Oh, we could get lifted. Oh, John, I liked you for a bit, but this whole business about female taxi drivers and them holding your keys and stuff, it's kind of creeped me out a little bit, I'm afraid. Maybe I'm not as liberal as I once thought. What are you going to do about it? John, you crazy psycho. Okay, Luther by HLZ. Let's get it done. Cheers for the donation, Mr. Build. You're a fine human. Joe says, Will, try getting carried by the missus tonight. Tell us about it tomorrow. Do some investigative reporting. It's not a bad idea. She's got Dickie back at the moment, though, and I'm a big boy. But I'll float the idea. I mean, why don't we all? Like, anyone who's got a girlfriend at home, float the idea with them tonight and see if... This is going to drop in a minute. I'm just going to pause that for a second. Okay. I'm also, aside from making... Coffee and Memes a bit more like Eurotrash, I've decided I'm also going to make it a little bit more like Fight Club. Your homework for tonight, lads. Or girls listening, if you have boyfriends. Look, I think I feel like it does have to be a mix of genders. Otherwise, I mean, a gay relationship, just a guy lifting another guy. I mean, maybe you're just lifted and maybe it's not the opposite sex thing. If you just like being lifted, give it a try. Have your partner, whether they be man, woman, any gender, just have them pick you up and just see what... Yeah, okay, Fetish Friday. Tom Camm's calling it. And so tomorrow we can... If you can video it... anyone can do a video. This is ideal. Or you can write it up if you want. But a video would be really, really great. If you can video yourself with your missus lifting you up. Also, if you can video you just trying to float the idea with your missus, going, sorry, you what? Like, could you just pick us up? Could you just... I'm just setting up the camera. Don't worry about the camera. Just ignore the camera. Just pretend it's not there. Just, if you wouldn't mind, just picking us up for a bit. Just... it's just for some research. It's just a research project that I'm working on. You don't worry about it. It's really, honestly, it's not a threat to you. Yeah, so if anyone wants to, that's your homework. This week's homework is to get your significant other to pick you up and just see how it makes you feel. You never know. People might be discovering kinks that they never knew they had, and it could be truly wonderful. And yeah, we'll start it off for Fetish Friday. I'll see whether or not I'll make a jingle for it. So there, I'll be attributing lobster points to anyone that does this. I feel like Chode got... there was a challenge earlier in the week to try and get Clayton to call you a waste man. And if anyone that could achieve that would get 10 lobster points. But yeah, any submission of a video or a written report of them trying to get their partner, their significant other, to lift them up. What's this? Richard Hartley Parkinson suplex by irate girlfriend. More to follow. Yeah, anyone that can submit either written or photographic or video evidence, will at threshold.fm, or send it to me on Facebook, DM it on Facebook or Instagram. I mean, I need the video really sent in email if I'm going to be able to show it. Sam says, don't get carried away.
Lobsters.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, let's get back on with this Luther tune. That's your homework for this week. lovely techie roller. This is called Luther by HLZ. So Lee, there are no guidelines for a correct lift in terms of being lifted by your significant others, although I would stress that you should tell them to, you know, follow health and safety guidelines of lifting with the legs and not the back. The last thing I want to do is being held responsible for just the women across the land putting their backs out trying to lift trying to lift their boyfriends. Yes, that is Luther by HLZ. That's a fine bit of gear. I'm a fan of it. Oh, it's back again. Oh, easy. Oh, there you go. Oh, no, I've lost the thing now. Where are you? Here he is. Oh, no, that's not going to be on the thing, is he? Come on. Let's get him up. Woohoo! Man accused of dipping testicles into customers' salsa. Doing a pretty strong Joe Waits impression. He's looking a bit Waitsy, isn't he? Could be related. I don't know. We'll find out. Man accused of dipping testicles into customer salsa. Maryville, Tennessee. A Tennessee man was jailed on felony charges after appearing to dip his testicles into a container of salsa that a customer had ordered online. The delivery driver allegedly recorded it and posted a video online. I want to see this video. Saying, that's what you get when you give an 89-cent tip for an almost 30-minute drive. News outlets report that the passenger, 31-year-old Howard Matthieu Webb, passenger? Driver, surely. Passenger, 31-year-old Howard Matthieu Webb was arrested last week and charged with adulteration of food. All right. Dinner delivered said the food service has fired the driver and forwarded information about her to authorities as well. Oh, there was two of them. Okay. That's confusing. Why would you send out two people at once? Oh, whatever. You know, I'm not going to question the protocols and the business practices of this delivery service. It is the balls in the salsa that is the real story here, isn't it? It's not the fact that these delivery firms are sending two people out at a time. Webb remains behind bars, but Jesus Christ, that'll get you behind bars. The teabagging some salsa. God, that's a rough one, isn't it? Like, you get in there, you get in some horrible American prison, immediately you've got to pick a side, you know, you're white, so you end up with the Aryan Nation lot, you have to be initiated in, so you've got to go and shank someone, before you know it, you got blood on your hands, you killed a geezer, then the prison lot are all doing you in for that, you got 25 years on your hands, all because you teabagged some salsa. That's how it goes down in America. It's big business. His arrest warrant says that they picked up the food for delivery from a local Mexican restaurant. The company issued a refund for the tainted food. Well, that's, you know, every cloud. And if it was only the salsa that got teabagged, maybe the rest of the dinner was absolutely fine. Effectively, you got a free dinner. Just lost out on the salsa. That's not bad, is it? You know, there've been worse things in the world. He looks like a Roman, though, doesn't he? He does not look. Doesn't look like the balls get washed very often. I'm not a fan. I don't want to party with him. I don't want anything to do with him. I do not want him delivering my food, looking after my children, or lifting me up off the ground, or lifting up my girlfriend, or any of my friends or family. Just putting that one out there. Just putting it out there. UK company looking for first professional spliff roller. Jess Hardyman of the Lad Bible reports. A CBD flower distributor is looking to recruit a talented spliff roller to join their team, having placed an advert for someone who can roll the perfect pure spliff in under 5 minutes. I was on a second. It's not actually going to have ganja in it. It's going to have CBD flowers. The Hemp Earth Dispensary in Brighton sent out a plea for Britain's first professional spliff roller, with a competition for all shortlisted candidates to be held on the 27th of February. The ad clarified that only legal herbal products will be used in their quote-unquote blunts, which will be made using organic rolling paper and 0.7 grams of the company's finest CBD flowers. The £10 an hour staff position is not full-time, meaning the in-house spliff roller will only need to work a couple of hours a week. The advertisement reads, "We are seeking the creme de la creme of Brighton-based spliff rollers to come and join our team at the Hemp Earth Dispensary. We will be listening to Bass Nectar and talking about why you shouldn't vaccinate your children. Can you roll the perfect pure spliff in under 5 minutes? If so, then we want you. Unless you're not vegan, and then you're a murderer, and we don't consort with murderers. Come to the Hemp Earth Dispensary on Wednesday, February 27th at 2 p.m. for a spliff rolling contest. You roll, we'll time you. If you're the fastest and make the prettiest spliff, then we'll keep you." The ad racked up a great deal of interest among prospective pro rollers, with only a handful of the 50 spaces left less than a day after it was posted. The team at the Hemp Earth Dispensary have stressed that nothing illegal will be present on the premises for the contest, adding, "We discourage anyone from attempting to bring any prohibited substances onto our premises." Have you heard the new Bass Nectar mix? It's absolutely amazing. See you all at Boomtown. Right, okay. A spokesman for the Hemp Earth Dispensary said, "Our aim as a company is to promote holistic health using the benefits of legal hemp and cannabinoid-derived products. We're all going to get together and bleach our anuses Tuesday week. You're more than welcome to join." Where health is concerned, vaping is a far more health conscious method of taking in herbs through inhalation. Some people do choose to smoke, which is known to be unhealthy. Smoking is a very ancient practice, and we feel that if one must smoke, combusting and inhaling pure and legal healing herbs rather than tobacco is a more advantageous choice. We begin this event, more than anything, as a light-hearted way of engaging with our local community. Honestly, this Bass Nectar mix is absolutely out of control. You wouldn't believe it. See you at Noisily. We would like to make it clear we are not offering a full-time role here. Bloody, 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 blah, meat is murder. Okay, cool. Well, anyone, 27th, oh, that's today. It was yesterday. Wow, I wonder who won. I wonder what sort of, you can only imagine, can't you? The sort of person that, okay, should we look them up, see who won? They've probably got some pictures out, haven't they? Hemp Earth Dispensary. Oh, I'm going to get bloody shafted with all the bloody crap from the mouth. Hemp. Yeah, there we go. Nothing from recent. Come on, tools. Anytime in the past 24 hours. Come on. 14 hours. They're seeking. It's on the hunt. No. Okay, no obvious pictures or news. Sorry to disappoint, guys, from the actual contest itself. Okay, listen, guys, going to go in with another record now. I'm going to go in with Andy C. It's called Till Dawn. It's on Ram Records. You can make up your own mind. Personally, I think it's a bit of a banger. Straight in. Yeah? I'm keen. I'm into it. I'm up for it. Let's get it going. Till Dawn by Andy C. You may have heard of him. He's a popular disc jockey amongst the sort of jungle community, I guess. The sort of hard dance, the hard EDM community. He's a popular disc jockey. Look into him. I think you might be a fan of his work. You know, he's been about for a bit. Yeah, I mean, I would recommend. Switching to flat wine bottles could help reduce carbon emissions. Get these flat wine bottles up on the screen. I think if ever there was proof of the Earth being flat, it's these flat wine bottles. Why would you need flat wine bottles unless the Earth was flat? Think about it. Have you ever looked at a wine bottle and really thought how it's simply not very practical? Probably not, but it's true. Circular bottles take up a lot of room. One company has found a solution, which doesn't just mean you can get wine posted through your letterbox. The dream, right? But if everyone switched to these bottles, it could reduce carbon emissions. Garson Wines, who produced the bottles, have produced a box that will hold 10 flat bottles, 8 vertically and 2 horizontally. But the same box could only hold 4 round bottles of wine. It has been achievable, as the Garson Wines slimline bottle was specially designed, so 8 bottles in total, blah, 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 blah. This space saving per case means that a pallet load of 10 flat bottles could carry, 10 flat bottle cases could carry 1,040 bottles of wine, in comparison to the standard pallet with 6 round glass bottles, where it would only be able to carry 456 bottles of wine. Well, the middle class virtue signals are going to be pretty freaking keen on this one, aren't they? Right, hats off to this wine company. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it probably does reduce the carbon footprint somewhat, but you've absolutely nailed the product for the people that are really going to buy into this shit. Like, okay, so who's really interested in reducing the carbon footprint in LA? Yes, you sort of middle classy, you know, the vegan. I know. How about if we made the wine bottles a different shape so can fit more of them in, and we'll put the climate change angle on it. And then maybe they'll probably buy even more wine, because you can, you know, it's a space issue, isn't it? You can only get so much through the door at one time. Oh, absolutely perfect. Yep, brilliant. Sign them up. Get your wine subscription going, and I feel like your alcoholism is in some way helping the environment. Beautiful, nice one. You know, if you're so worried, why not just stop consuming all things ever? Or maybe go back to a sort of forager's lifestyle where you just roam the lands naked, shaking and alone, looking for berries and wild cabbage and chasing rabbits and eating them just with your bare hands. You can't eat rabbits forever. You get, what's it called? Rabbit starvation. Oh, anyway. And it blabs on. Anyway, the bottles are made out of plastic, so that's good. So, don't know whether or not I mean, it's made out of recycled plastic. I don't know whether or not recycled plastic versus glass is, you know, what are the merits either way. I think more plastic is probably what we need, though, isn't it? You know, you can get the plastic, and you can just. I guess with the plastic bottle, you can hit a sea turtle on the head a lot more times than you can with the glass bottle, because the glass bottle is inclined to break, isn't it, after a few good whacks? So with the plastic bottle, you can really just give it much more of a thrashing, I guess, while then just poking the plastic straws into it and wrapping a carrier bag around it. I think that's how it works, isn't it? I don't know. What else have we got? Okay, yeah, I've been meaning to get around to this for a little bit. Bless him, old lad. He's a good boy. Grandad eats half a tub of paint thinking it's yoghurt. Oh, Grandad, you wacky fool. What have you done now? Oh dear. Oh, Grandad, you've shot and killed your grandson by accident. You wacky sod. Oh, what will he do next? Oh, Grandad. Grandad has become an online sensation after slurping down half a can of paint, believing it to be a tub of yoghurt. Thankfully, 90-year-old Bobby. Oh, big Bobby, what are you going to do? Look at you, mate. You got it all around your mouth, Bobby. Bobby, you've messed up. Bobby, you got it all over yourself. Bobby, silly boy. Bobby is a stomach of iron, with his insides reportedly unfazed by the unappetizing dessert, according to his granddaughter, Alex Stein, who shared a photo of him on Twitter with mint green lips. She also included a photo of the half-empty can of paint. So, my grandpa ate half a quart of paint today thinking it was yoghurt, she said in a Friday post. Alex from New York told the Mail Online, when I say he loves yoghurt, he lives for yoghurt. My mum buys him at least 7 quarts of dairy Denon yoghurt a week. That's a lot of yog. His picture was a hit online, and social media users quickly fell in love with Bobby. So he must have just thought it was some sort of nice special yog. Little special yoggy or something that makes it switch up from the normal Denon, you know, switch up from a crunch corner or whatever you've got, a ski yogurt or something, one of those new high protein sort of Scandinavian yogurts. So hot right now. No, a delicious mint green colour. He just slurped it down. People attempting to guess the flavour of the yogurt thought he was eating maybe mint choc chip or pistachio. Alex added, my grandpa has always loved entertaining people. He doesn't care whether he's making people laugh at him or with him. I mean, maybe he did it deliberately for attention. Maybe you've neglected your grandpa significantly, and he has to pull stunts like this to get your attention, and you then mocking him online. It's truly sad. It's truly sad. I think we should start a campaign for Bobby. Maybe get him put in a nice home with nice carers. One of those homes where STDs are rampant because they're just all shagging the whole time. I think that's what he deserves, quite honestly, after being continually shamed by his granddaughter. He deserves to go to a sort of retirement home for notorious sexers. I think that's what he deserves. I think if the whole Lobster Crew could get behind it, we could raise, I don't know how much retirement homes cost. Probably not much, like £10 a week or something. It's probably how much the nice ones cost. Yeah, about £10 a week. I'll chip in some of the Patreon dollars, and hopefully he can live out his winter years slinging dick in a retirement home. Like a good old boy. God bless him. God bless him. And God bless Robin Hood. Right. What else have we got? This new neon light bit. Yeah. It's a yeah. A few people in the chat asking for more info about this Andy C character. I mean, all I know is that he's a disc jockey, again, electronic music, a hip DJ, but, maybe he's playing at your local discotheque, roller disco, something like that. Definitely worth checking out. If he's playing at the local Hippodrome or the local Butlins or something, it's certainly possible. Joe, what are you accusing me of in the chat? Wounded by at the lack of shout-outs, but the high number of insults. What am I supposed to be shouting out? I don't understand. Are you threatening me with violence? Okay, cool. Matt, you can get the Discord link in the description of the YouTube video. Oh, merch store. Sorry, I was talking all over this Neon Light bit. Merch store. Lee, I will send you. It's not broken. I had to take some stuff down because I'm changing where I get stuff printed. It's the long and the short of that one. I see. It's Joe and his girlfriend's 4-year anniversary today, and I should give her a shout out for putting up with him for so long. So that's true care in the community work there. I'm impressed with her stamina. She is obviously a strong woman, and God bless her. You know, and God bless Robin Hood. Right. Oh yeah. No. See. Okay. All right. All right. I see. I missed it. All right. Come on. Bloody hell. She just can't do anything right, can I? Christ, my snares are too compressed. My other out, but people don't understand the show. People are like, what is this? This shit. It's fine as long as it's had an effect. Yeah, so Huawei, you know Huawei? They make the Huawei phones. Huawei from China, Chinese firm, Huawei. They say, we don't do bad things. Huawei want us to stop worrying about Chinese spies. That sounds like spy talk to me, doesn't it? Top executive from the Chinese tech firm Huawei has spoken out to dismiss fears that China will use its gadgets to spy on the West. That's the sort of thing you would say, wouldn't you, if you were spying on the West and people were like, oh, I think you're spying on us. We're not. We're not doing it. It's like, okay, you rumbled us. Yeah, don't buy our phones. Don't buy our phones unless you want to get listened in on. Gao Ping, Huawei's rotating chairman, don't know what that means. It's just spinning round. Used his keynote speech at MWC Barcelona to fight back against US allegations that the company's technology poses a national security risk. Prism on the wall, who is the most trustworthy of them all? Gao said in reference to a US data gathering program. That's a weird way to put things. Prism, isn't that the thing that old Edward Snowden did the whistleblowing for? Maybe. Oh, yeah. If you don't understand that, you can go and ask Big Eddie Snowden, he said, referring to the former NSA contractor who exposed the program in 2013. So it seems like the gloves are off then, Mr. Ping. Not so much the you go low, we go high there, is it? So much as like, yeah, but you don't have to spy on people. And then you're saying, no, we're spying on people. No, not spying on anyone. Buy our phones. Under the PRISM program, the NSA collected intelligence about foreign threats through US internet companies. The geopolitical dispute between the US and China's Huawei, the world's biggest maker of networking equipment used by phone and internet companies, is casting a pall over the 4-day conference. Huawei is taking its case directly to the 100,000 visitors expected to attend the show. The United States government has also dispatched a delegation to lobby its case that Huawei gear should not be used. US officials fear the Chinese government could use Huawei equipment to electronically eavesdrop on global internet traffic. They're going to be looking at your kinks. They're going to be looking at your carrying kinks. We can't use prisms, crystal balls, or politics to manage cybersecurity. It's a challenge we all share, said Gao, one of 3 Huawei executives to take turns in chairman. Oh, right, there's just a few of them doing part-timers, I guess. They're on a work share. It's nice. To build a system that we can all trust, we need aligned responsibilities, unified standards, and clear regulations. Huawei has consistently rejected the US allegations, and Gao repeated that position. We don't do bad things. Honest. We don't look at your nudes. That's some next-level Bezos shit. We'd never do that. We'd never kink shame you either, and we actively support all Metro journalists. Here, let me say it as clear as possible. Huawei has not and will never plant back doors. Who said back doors? And we will never allow anyone to do so in our equipment. Well, you would say that, wouldn't you? I don't know. Those Huawei phones look quite cool, though. But really? You're going to send out those green text messages? Come on. Probably not. Right, listen, guys, end of the show. Oh, congratulations to Reece as well. He's got a little lobster on the go. Posted some adorable shots in the chat, in the Discord, in fact, of a small, tiny human on the inside of another human. So, well done. Good work. Your balls, they work. End of the show. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Remember your homework, okay? So this is your special lobster homework to obtain your lobster points. You need to get your significant other, be they male, female, or any gender, to just lift you. Just pick you up off the ground, and just see whether or not it gets you off in any way. Do a little before and after feeling, see whether or not you got a boner. If you can film it, all the better, or write it up, get it over to will@threshold.fm, and we can have a roundup of them tomorrow on the show, and I will dilly out according lobster points for those that have, partaken. And you never know, you might find the kink of your dreams. You might find that just having your missus just sweep you off your feet is really what you're after. Okay, listen, just leaving me time to shout out the VIP list. That is a fine bunch of honest, God-fearing folk that are supporting the show and Threshold as a whole on Patreon. If you want your name on this list read out at the end of every show, all you got to do is go over to our Patreon page. You can find it on the Support the Station part of the website, or there is a link in the podcast description or a link in the YouTube description. And for $10 a month or more, you get your name shouted out at the end of every show. You will get your name listed in the thank yous on the new app that's being built. And if people are interested, if there are people that are producing, I am thinking about the idea of issuing Ranking Audio credit to people, so they will get some amount of maybe the same amount that they donate to Threshold back in actual Ranking Audio credit that they can go and spend on sample packs at rankingaudio.com. So let me know if that's of interest to you. I've had a few people express interest already, so if we get enough people, then we'll make that a thing. The list is Oliver Hooper, Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats, Parsons, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthieu Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Zara Pickle, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Anthony Walker, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grief Cooper, Gennady Lightfield, Ryan Glaser, James Parry, Dave Thompson, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Squiffington, Liam the Menace Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, a guy with no STDs, Justin Mercer, Ames MC, Josh Williams, Rob Humphries, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan Elton, Taryn Wilmore, Mr. Pope, someone calling themselves Dark Progressive Psytrance is actually superior to drum and bass. I should have put that in inverted commas. And Nicholas Lawsey. Fine bunch of humans. Thank you for your patronage. You are wonderful folk. I love you all. I will be back tomorrow morning. No, it's Thursday. I'll be back at 3 p.m. for Rankins Records, live on Threshold.fm and on my Higher Ranking Facebook page. Just playing the best drum and bass that's ever been pressed on vinyl. You know, nothing more, nothing less. Simple. You know, it's just the best drum and bass that's ever been pressed to vinyl. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow on the YouTubes. God bless you all. Stay out of trouble. Lots of love.